Welcome back everyone to ATS. It's the first video of 2018 and we're going to kick it off with another trip across New Mexico. We're going from Alamagordo to Gallup with some cables that have 19 tons of weight to them. 2 coils of cables, and yeah, this is different. Normally I take the box trailers, but then for this I just decided, you know what, we haven't took any cables in a long time, so we'll end up doing it. We'll just do it for a change, why not? This video is going to be a little bit different. Normally I would just talk about random stuff, whatever came up. But this video is going to be about the 2017 for the channel. And yeah, it's been a pretty good year. To be fair, I'll talk about it once we get attached to this trailer here. And yeah, what makes this different, it's on a flatbed, and yeah, this is probably the more trickier cargoes in my opinion. Except those stupid, you know, refrigerated trailers. Don't like them. There's also another one which is a barrier, even though it doesn't weigh anything. It's pretty long, and that's what makes it difficult. So this is a little bit longer. We've got the beacons on, and yeah, this is the last video as well when we see this configuration of the Kenworth. Just admiring it for the last time. We're going to upgrade it to reflect heavy hauling. Yeah, reflect heavy hauling. So basically, I've bought the DLC for heavy haul for ATS because it's the only kind of game where I can actually kind of do it. Because ETS I can't do because I don't have the leveling per se. But just showing you the route here. We can't go left for some reason. We're going to go from Alamagordo up and turn left on the 380. We'll turn right on the 380 to go past Albuquerque. We're going to go through the centre of it to make sure we discover the place. Because sometimes, normally, if you take an adjacent road to it, then it doesn't work. And then finally, we're going to go to the rail export in Gallup there. The only place I haven't, well, I say that, the only place in the new DLC where I kind of have just had the, well, I've had the standard delivery points before. I'm not making sense today, am I? That is a different rail export than what I'm used to, really. I don't really deliver to the rail exports. In fact, I haven't really delivered to any of the new kind of drop-offs in the New Mexico DLC. Not many of them, but hopefully we'll have some more in the future. I'm hopefully going to do some doubles and triples again soon. Doubles and triples trailers, because they were pretty good fun. But the only thing is the triple trailers are only available in Nevada. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. It's not legal in any other state but Nevada. I took a trip once and it was very difficult to find. But yeah, the topic of this video is obviously the channel of 2017. Right, let's start things off with subscribers, because that is literally the only kind of like performance that has increased dramatically. Basically, I've gone from 29 subscribers at the start of 2017 to 41 just before the end of 2017. So that means I've gained about, what, 12 subscribers? Which is amazing. I never thought I would get 12 subscribers in a year, and I wouldn't think ever that I would be close to where I am now. To be fair, normally the most popular YouTubers with like thousands, if not millions of subscribers have channels older than like 5 years. I'm on 41, that's quite a way off, but you know, it's reflecting that 2017 was the year for this channel. And you know, I never thought 2016 or 2015 would be good enough. Well, 2015 was obviously quite bad. 2016 wasn't the year I wanted either. But this year, 2017, well, I should say last year now, because we're now in January, 2017 was a good year. Putting that out there, just saying, it's going to be the highlight for many years to come, hopefully. I am very close to 50 subscribers, only 9 away. If we could do that by, I don't know how to be optimistic about this. If we can get to 50, if not 45 at the least, okay. I wonder if I can get to 45 subscribers by September? Not even that. Probably July or something like that. That might be a bit difficult. It's optimistic, but it's 4 subscribers. Hopefully I can do it. If not, it would be even better if I could get to 50 by the end of this year. That'll be a milestone. All these numbers I want with this channel. It kind of hides the fact that I like doing what I do. I'm not bothered, really. I say I'm not bothered about the subscribers, because I said that ages ago, and then that kind of didn't work. I'm not, like, to be perfectly honest, the subscribers don't really matter. It shows me that you like the content and you want to see more of it. That's fine. People like that are fine. I love people like that who continuously come to my channel, watch whatever, even watch this. You know, like one YouTuber who is freaking awesome, alright? In fact, well, technically it's one channel, but the two people, they are really, really good at entertaining people. But at the same time, I never thought that my content would be relaxing, because I went on their channel. This is Bad People, by the way. Go check them out. They are very good. They are fantastic at entertaining people. Okay, that is the plus point of that channel. That is the selling point of that channel. You don't care what game it is. I don't care what game it is. It can be a desert bus game. Literally, the most possibly boring in theory game can be so entertaining with them actually running it. That is the underlying factor there. Okay? I watched their stream, and then they're saying that one of them even said, "Oh, you're like one of my favourite gaming channels on YouTube," and I'm just like, whoa! Never would I ever think that someone would say that, ever. And it's just a simple reason. I am a relaxed gamer. Not all the time, but this is what I'm doing now, relaxing. Driving, no kind of like crazy stuff happening, just a calm drive across the roads and just talk about random stuff. I don't know how many people that would like relaxing content like this, or whether they want entertaining content. At the same time, I try to do both. It's difficult to do both. Some people will see people as who are really good entertainers as funny, who swear excessively, who would just have that personality where they can make anyone laugh, which is fine. I can too, but it depends on your perception of who's entertaining or not. That's essentially what it is. But yeah, honestly, the subscribers really do not matter. I care about doing content. I like doing it. Nothing would stop me, really, from creating it. And, you know, that's the kind of attitude you have to have with YouTube this year. In fact, YouTube's a very hostile place. And I mean extremely hostile. You get stupid people who think it's funny to be mad at people because they'll listen to them. No, that doesn't work. Sometimes you have to be nice to people to get your point across. You don't have to be mean. You can say your point. But if you're nasty, you just basically discarded. Your opinion is invalid, essentially, if you're nasty to people. Be constructive, just don't be nasty. And a lot of YouTube creators have kind of like either been on breaks because of the hostility, or, you know, just kind of get like depressed and all because they're making content. They work hard to produce content for people, and that happens. You know, when that happens, that really infuriates me about YouTube, because like people sometimes don't appreciate people's content. And, you know, as a YouTube creator myself, you've got to appreciate others' content. Sometimes it may be better, sometimes it may be even worse than yours, but you gotta appreciate what they're kind of trying to do, because people whose content's bad, whether quality-wise or mic-wise or whatever, I've been there, I've done that, I know what it's like, I've improved. You gotta give these people time to improve. But yeah, I went off in a little branch there, but we'll continue back to the channel. So yeah, this year's been kind of weird. I started to do simulation stuff, so essentially this, like Euro Truck, American Truck, simulation games, at the start of this year, when I got my gaming PC, and now I've improved upon it. I can kind of do a little bit more. essentially. I can play better games, but the issue is I can't record them because my PC is literally basic. The only thing I've changed is the processor, which is now an i7. I love it so much. For this game, it's very excessive, unnecessary. But for other games, you know, like the high quality like the AAA games, those need good graphics. Well, I say good graphics, not really hardware wise, but they need good processing power and good memory as well. And yeah, I pretty much have the basics of that. In fact, my graphics card's excessive for what the actual requirements are. Putting it out there, you don't have to spend a crap ton of money on a 1080 where you can get the graphics really good on a 1050 card, which costs a significant amount less. It costs like 200 quid, I think, or around that region, and then 1080s are like 500 quid. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's the price of what I paid for my PC. All the components in one. So yeah, I did that, went to F1, went back to this. Right, there's a reason that I went back to this. One, because I like doing it. I like the content. It's relaxed. Hardly any editing. And I can talk about whatever. With the F1, that was taking up a lot of my time, which I didn't mind because it was only one series. That took up my whole time. Then there was the fact of recording it, which would take over an hour. Again, really didn't mind that. But then an underlying issue with how I record it. I record it using YouTube, like the YouTube streaming service thing. I stream to my channel, save it as a video, and then download it, put it into an editing software that I use, and edit it. That's only useful if it doesn't break, which it did, because it wouldn't accept the format of the file. I tried encoding it. I tried doing a lot of things with it, and to be fair, I don't have the time anymore. And I've just hit two signs. I've just hit two signs. This is, that's as bad as that's probably the worst it gets on this trip. Not even joking. So we'll just pull out here. But yeah, I can't do F1 because the editing software does not like the file for some reason. I think YouTube must have, or something must have changed with the streaming thing from the PS4. So I can't do any PS4 stuff. Doesn't matter because I don't go on it much anyway. The only time I really went on it was for F1. That's it. I literally have no games for it anymore because I've got the PC, and I don't want to pay the ever increasing PlayStation Plus subscription. That's another reason. But yeah, that won't be returning, unfortunately. The F1. I have to go back to this now, and that brings me on to the next point. I'm going to reintroduce another series, well, a series that ran in the past, and that is My Summer Car. I stopped playing that game, one, because I got very annoyed with it, and two, because I had an issue with the actual car itself. And the only way to really kind of do things right was to start again. And I'm glad I did, because there was loads of updates to the game, and for existing game files, this possibly broke things. It kind of didn't break anything as such on my profile, but there was an update once that put all some certain items at Flittari, well, not Flittari's, Timo's shop, and you had to go get them all. That was the only kind of break thing about the whole thing. There's loads of updates since I last did it on the channel, and you know, kind of resuming it makes a lot of sense now. I did say before in a previous video that I would get it back up and running for the start of 2018, and yeah, I have pretty much recorded about 4, maybe even 5 videos on it. I've edited one, so that's a good start, and that'll be reintroduced hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And there's going to be a little bit of a change with content on this channel. That's the kind of how regularly I'm going to post this. I'm not going to be posting as much as what I did last year. I can see it coming because I am a very busy person now. I have stuff to do with work. I've got stuff to do anyways, so I'm kind of... It's excessive. Literally, I was in work before, and it wasn't this excessive. Now is a different story, so... I think... The only time when it's really going to be really bad in terms... Well, I say really bad. The kind of, like, when it's not going to be as regular is up till October this year, so... Between now and then, I am going to be posting quite a bit less. And yeah, it's not something that you want to hear. It's kind of sad that I have to do this, but you know, sometimes you gotta put things on hold to get stuff done. I'm not going to be taking any breaks this year from this channel, like the 1 month break that I did before. I'm not going to be doing that because I'm taking breaks throughout. It's a case of, if I have the time, I'll do a video and upload and do all the editing and all that. That's only if I have the time. If I don't have the time, I won't. But if it's like a video like this, which will take half an hour to record, and then half an hour, so basically a full hour before I actually post the video, that's an hour of my time. If I have that hour, I'll do it. Plain and simple. If I don't, I won't. It's just like that. ATS will slow down once we completely explore New Mexico, and then it'll be the one-off kind of videos. ETS 2 is on hold for a number of reasons. One, because I don't play the game anymore, and they've added new DLCs. The Italia DLC is a map DLC for the game, and that... You know, I don't really play Euro Truck a lot. I use pro mods, and that will end up using the Italia DLC at some point. So I'm gonna wait, and probably till the summer, to get the DLC cheap, and then I'll start doing them again. Hopefully, I've still got the files there, the save game files. So that's no problem picking up where it left off. I'll just have to reinstall it again and get any updates available for it. Meanwhile, I'll just do the ATS. I kinda used to alternate between the two quite a bit, but now it's going to be ATS focused because it's stupid that the timing of the DLCs was quite near each other. I haven't even finished like exploring New Mexico yet because of the nature of how I do things with this series. I don't do it a lot. Some people love this, some people don't. You know, I get it. I get why you don't like this game. Sometimes I used to say like I didn't like games like this, but now I've got used to them. You know, I like them a lot more. Right, so where are we? I think we're just approaching Albuquerque, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I am right. To be fair, I could have literally gone left here, but just continue on. Might as well explore a little bit, you know? Because that's fun. That guy pulled out. Okay, the AI kind of gets better from junctions. A little bit. What else can I talk about then? 2018 going forward. Right, we'll talk about that. Because that's the only thing I kind of haven't mentioned that makes sense to mention. I'm not going to introduce a load of new series to the channel. That's the way I'm going forward with this. The past 2 years have been the case of kind of testing a lot of things. I used to like have loads of series on at once, you know, because all the big YouTubers got it, like did it, you know what I mean? So if they do it, why don't you? Well, that was a bad mistake. It was a really bad mistake, I'm not even going to lie. Because of many reasons. It was either because I didn't get enough views, it was to either do with the time I had, or whether or not I wanted to record that game. Yeah, and that was it, literally. That's the reasons I can think from the top of my head. It's kind of sad that I have to kind of discontinue a lot of things on the channel because of views. Because it makes sense to not spend time on something that isn't getting views. It's pointless. You might as well just do something else, or just, I would say, do nothing and concentrate on something else. That's probably it. But given the regularity with some of these series, these are not regular. These ATS ones, OMSI videos won't be either. Essentially, I've got a lot of room to play with. The only series that'll really be regular now is My Summer Car. Depending on how many updates are going to be added to the game, and whether or not we complete pretty much the all that there is, really. I started a playthrough of it before. I've done a couple of videos on it. Done a few things then. There's not a lot added content-wise. There's just been a bunch of new, like, kind of items and mechanics. That's about it. There's nothing real, you know, kind of, what can I do after I do this certain thing? You know, it's like that, which is kind of sad, because then the game's going to be dormant on the channel. I don't want that. So essentially, the first few episodes of My Summer Car will be spaced out quite a bit. Again, because I don't have enough time to do all of them. I have time to record, I have time to play them, but then editing is a bit difficult. That is how it is. But I think that covers it. I think so. Yeah, pretty much. Although I do want to mention that my goal is obviously 50 subscribers by July or June or whenever. I don't care if I don't reach the goal, but it would be nice to reach it. To kind of have more people come to this channel, you know. It's been a good 2017. A lot of people have known about this channel. And by the way, that beeping noise is the brakes, because there's not enough air pressure in them. I'm glad people have found this channel. I'm glad people subscribe. I'm glad people come back to watch whatever it is. But ultimately, I would like more people, because then that gives me a greater audience to kind of get to know about, and possibly, you know, like, expand this channel eventually. It's taken 2 years to get to this point. But yeah, I am by no means the typical popular YouTuber. By far, I am not. I do a lot of things differently. You can compare... I would say you can compare me and, like, someone like Ali here, but that's just a bit stupid, isn't it? Because they're completely different channels, we're completely different personalities, we're completely different, because he's got a freaking, like, massive fan base, does Call of Duty and shooting games and all that, meanwhile having a second channel doing anything that isn't that. So we're kind of two very different people. But you can compare me and someone, I don't know, like Squirrel, who is a simulation YouTuber. Yeah, let's compare us two, shall we? Me and Squirrel are completely different in some aspects. He, you know, he kind of does a lot of talking like I do. He doesn't edit a lot of his videos, let's be honest. Well, excessively. He does edit, but not excessively, like I do. With the likes of ATS, I leave it unedited as best as I can, really. And, you know, My Summer Car kind of has the same situation in some aspects for him, because he kind of drags things out. Meanwhile, I try to kind of aim for a certain time limit, although that's probably the wrong thing to do. But I try to aim for videos around, you know, like 20 minutes. These videos will not be 20 minutes, they'll be like 30 something. Maybe even in the 50s. I don't want to do that, because then that's not very good. In terms of watch time, if you only watch like a certain percentage of it, it's not very good. Meanwhile, 3 separate videos, 20 minutes each. If it was a full hour, that's a little bit better. But then not everyone's going to watch them. That's the whole point. But yeah, and then yet again, not everyone's going to watch like a full 30-minute video, either. Or even they'll watch part of it and then come back, forget about it, and don't bother again. It's essentially how it works. So yeah, that's the channel moving forward. I don't even know what I'm going to be planning to do. I'm not going to be changing the logo a whole bunch. Bloody hell, I've done that way too much already. But I probably will get to start on some banner stuff after, well, probably like October now. Probably like then. Because that banner, God, doesn't reflect me anymore. It really does not reflect the channel either. It says home of 3 AAA, like AAA games and all that. It's not. Let's be honest, it's not anymore. I was going to plan to do that, but it didn't work. It really didn't work with the recording. Really bad, in fact. And yeah, indie and simulation is kind of the thing I'm happy with. Why not? Because AAA games are going to shit right now. They are literally going to absolute shit. And indie developers are rising and stuff like that, and I want to be part of that. I think I'm benefiting from this. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm benefiting. In terms, well, probably not in terms of views, but you know, you gotta find like your little niche or your little kind of segment where you perform well and kind of do it, or just keep doing what you're doing. If it's successful across the whole channel, then just keep doing what you're doing, and then yeah, should be okay. I think we're almost at the destination as well. Wow, 26 minutes in this video. That's a long time to talk about stuff. But yeah, that's literally all I needed to talk about in this video. And yeah, I just really want to make sure that this year's a good year. I think I can't really upgrade anything in terms of video quality. I'm stuck at 720p for now. And yeah, I probably won't go above that, to be fair. I don't have a big enough fan base, well, subscriber base, to do such a thing. I have always been obsessed with quality. Because of all these big YouTubers, this is the kind of thing you've got to watch out for. Everyone who's a content creator needs to kind of take note of this. If you're a small YouTuber like me who makes videos as a hobby, whatever, who doesn't have a large fan base, who does the one-offs, whatever, just be careful not to follow the big guys, because they're not always the best. They are far from the best, because the only reason they're popular, sometimes, like most of the time, they are. I would say that their channels are like really, really old. They have like so many years worth of experience, like videos on that channel. They have about 5 years on the YouTube platform, and it was then when, you know, it was very difficult 5 years ago to record content. Maybe even 6 now, to record content, because the equipment was so damn expensive. And not everyone could do it. That is why they're popular, and that is why they're at the place they are now. A lot of people have started to kind of get angry with monetization and all that. Demonetizing, well, Google, who owns YouTube, is basically screwing over content creators. It may be not even them, to be honest. It might be some, like, because I've seen like people or like channels claim a track or something when there's no need for it. Like false claims, destroying their kind of like income. People who do that as a profession, like the majority of big YouTubers can't make money from that, and that's kind of, in a sense, screwing them over. Which is why everyone's gone to streaming. Again, I tried this, it hasn't worked. My fan base is terrible. You know, that's why the big guys are going to Twitch, because that's a little bit more forgiving on copyright, and also you get the interaction, and then you can kind of set up a donation platform thing. Some people even do that on YouTube, but Twitch is the platform for that, for streaming mostly. And YouTube's just kind of a VOD platform, a video on demand platform, to be quite honest. And you know, right, just to sum everything up, I will literally do my best this year to kind of bring you content. If it's not out, you kind of know why. And hopefully, we'll have some good simulation games this year and some good indie games to cover. My Summer Car was one of those good indie games that I really, really liked and wanted to do. And there's other things like Motorsport Manager. That was good, but I don't know anymore. I kind of lost a bit of enthusiasm with that game. You never know, it might come back. But it's best to be steady with the amount of things you reintroduce to your channel. Meanwhile, we're almost at a destination, but that's the American road train for you. That was a bit terrible, isn't it? It's just a little bit terrible. I'm blocking the junction also, aren't I? Right, let's try and get over here before it shuts again. Don't imagine it would, but you know. Yeah. Oh wait, look at it. It's shutting again. What do you know? It's shutting again. How many trains? Why? Hang on. No. That wouldn't happen in real life. Now that is a road train. That is a massive train. That's how they should be. They never used to be like that. I'm glad they've made them a lot longer now. But yeah, this is the destination. I hope I haven't bored you too much with stuff, but that was just a chat. I might as well just do it instead of a stupid update video like I did last year. That was awful. So yeah, I didn't go through the videos of this year because that was pointless. I just kind of outlined it, and yeah, hopefully we'll get some content. Well, I'll get some content done for you guys this year, and hopefully it'll be good. Because I hope it's good. Because if it's not good, I want to know why. Because that's what I'm here for, to make good content. I'll try to. You could say this is pretty bad, but you know, a lot of people say this is pretty good because it's relaxing. Well, I'm glad I made your day if it's relaxing. Right then, we're at the destination, going over some dirt. It's a bit of a nuisance to get in here because of the gate, so we don't want to catch the trailer on it. We didn't. That's good. Right, we'll just go through this. This is massive. You can see it's like right down at the bottom there, so it's just a simple of driving into it. There's a lot of trailers here, a lot of bland trailers to be honest. It is a rail export, of course. I wish we could get those containers on a trailer. That'll be fantastic. What if you could have a trailer hauling a trailer? Right, this makes sense because like a flatbed trailer with a box trailer on it, that would make sense. Right then, we're here. Let's decouple. We did it with the Kenworth, and we've screwed up. 5.4 damage, 2,800 penalty. Oh duh. Oh no. That is bad. Anyways, we'll just ignore that. We'll just ignore that for now. See a loading screen. Yeah, I won't cut that out because, you know, I haven't really extended the recording too much. But this is going to be it for the ATS video, the update video, whatever you want to call it. This is the last Kenworth configuration. Next time out, we are changing this configuration, and I hope you enjoy it because it'll be a good one. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more simulation and indie game content, and I shall see you all next time.